All right. Hey, come on. Do what you like.
That's right. Let's go.
Do what you like. All bets are on.
All good. We're back in.
We're back in, fellas. Fellas, once again, we are here for another exciting episode of The Point Walk the Walk Hoop Talk. I am Troy Miles. I'm here with Ed Davis, Craig Murray. We're at it again, fellas. Tonight's topic is gambling in sports, and in particular, the NBA. So here we are, guys, once again. The Supreme Court struck down the federal ban on sports betting. Can you believe it's been 7 years? That was, I believe, May of 2018. And since then, it's added a different element and a different twist to sports. Some good, some undisclosed, or some things that we never know about. And that's one of the main topics tonight. We're going to talk about the unknowns of gambling, the underbelly of sports betting per se. Who wants to start?
Well, I wanted to, just as you start looking at, like you say, the underbelly. My first memory of that when I was in college, and I'm going to go back to college, is, and I hate to bring the man's name up because I know he's moved on,
Yeah.
Pat, and he's probably living his life, and he doesn't want to hear any of that because he already did his time and everything.
Yeah.
But Headache Smith for the Arizona State Sun Devils, and in that situation there where they were perceived to have been betting on their college games during that time.
Yeah.
So that was my first
That was
inkling
that
to
was
that.
UTEP.
That
Was that UTEP?
I forgot
no,
about
that
that.
that was
Yeah, you're right.
that was Arizona State.
Oh,
Headache
yeah.
played for Arizona State.
Oh, Arizona State. That's right.
Yeah. So he played for Arizona State, and that's all I remember is they got caught betting on games, and he did jail time for it, and obviously it ruined his career. Never was able to play again, but that's the price you pay, so to speak, when you do something like that.
I forgot about that. The whole incident with him with Headache.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that kind of, in that situation, when we're talking about uh, college basketball at that time, which was supposedly a amateur sport, uh, the players had some disadvantages. I'm not condoning, breaking the law and illegal betting and throwing games and anything that sacrifices the integrity of the game. I'm not a fan of, but at that time, the players weren't being compensated,
At
and
all.
so
Correct.
the situations that they came from were still present at the time that they were given to the said universities. But now there's opportunities, and whatever you want to call them. There's issues with these types of things happening in the professional ranks, perhaps. We've had some things in the news recently that qualify as worthy. The Malik Beasley situation that he's been exonerated from, thankfully. He's no longer a person of interest in that situation. But real quickly, I will say that what Michael Porter Jr. had to say is very intriguing because you do back to this situation where the amateur athletes weren't being paid. They came from and a lot of times they came from environments that didn't have a lot of economic security, and
Yeah.
and so for posses, players are making money, but their posses have an opportunity to cash in, perhaps, on a little shadiness. You guys think?
No doubt. No doubt. I personally, we were talking about integrity. when they first brought it out, it was, to me, it was hard for me to believe why NBA player would even think about risking his career gambling, you know. But after hearing Michael Porter Jr. speak up on it a little bit, I do understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got your buddies, and hey man, I ain't gonna be in tonight. Go and put a little something on it. Everybody's paid. Everybody put a little change in their pocket, man. And like I said, the older you get, man, you realize how, when there's money involved, how corrupt this world that we live in is, man. This is a corrupt world. There's money out there, money to be made.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to get it.
It's
See,
unregulated,
so
particularly
it's
that.
just, yeah, it's unregulated. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. So
I mean,
Well,
some aspects of it is unregulated. It's regulated. It's official business, but there are some aspects that are not, that that they're just out there, and the opportunistic people can take advantage still, and that goes for you know everybody associated, and from players to coaches to
mhm.
everybody. It leaves it open for everyone. Not saying that any certain individual is doing any of that, but it, it
Weren't they accused of Michael Porter Jr.
no,
himself?
no, I don't think so. Craig, you,
uh,
you you know about his brother, correct?
well, this is the deal: is Dejounte, which it threw me for a loop. Michael Porter speaking on it in
Hmm.
the way he did, because it's so closely associated with that's what
Yeah.
your brother got in trouble for.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
either you're not that smart when it comes to things, or either you were so in that spot of, well, man, I've thought about it like this and that way before, and they probably have, but to
Hmm.
speak on it knowing that your brother had gotten in trouble, that threw me for a loop. It's
Yeah.
like,
Same here.
whoa,
Me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
because this is what's going to happen if he will be, they will,
The
they will
scrutiny.
dissect every little thing that he does now.
Yeah, the scrutiny. It just turned up the
It- it-
scrutiny.
right. Right. And the thing is he's not like, he's not a guy coming off the bench that is going to get you 6 to 8 points. He's one of your all-star starters, you
Yeah.
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
So
Facts.
for him to do, and I don't know if he's been an all-star, but he's a guy that's played at a very, very high level,
Correct.
and is always looked at as an elite player. So
Hmm.
I was just really surprised that he spoke in that way about it, knowing that that is the microscope that's already on his last name, but now even more on his last name. So I was just really surprised by that.
W-
No
Well,
doubt.
my question is, what can be done to increase enforcement of policy to keep people from, like he said, like Michael Porter Jr. said. He said a lot of guys come from environments where that is perhaps an option.
Well, if you're in the
Not
league,
even
if you're the NBA, for you to make a decision to try and do something to increase policy or whatever, that means you would be agreeing that there's more people doing it than we each actually know, right?
Not
Wouldn't you be saying
necessarily.
that?
I just
I mean,
think, look, because for example, I like to bet on the NBA games. I don't consider myself a gambler because I don't bet on football, I don't bet on baseball, I don't bet on boxing, I don't I don't bet on anything. I feel like I have a certain expertise, when it comes to the NBA, and I feel like I have an opportunity, and I don't bet much. I bet small to win big, or don't play at all. But you become sensitive, and you start to imagine things that are happening. Like, man, that is crazy how that happened. You cannot tell me, or man, that's just how much coincidence can there be with this person in
hmm.
circumstance needing this to cover, or this to go over, or to stay under, and all the different circumstances, and then how much money is being exchanged
Right.
nationwide on this unified gambling, uh, associative. And
So
it's
are you trying to allude to the NBA might be involved as well? Are you alluding to that, or is it a possibility?
No, I'm just saying that what's wrong with um, constantly increasing the system of surveillance, making the system more optimal to make sure that the integrity of the game is first and foremost. Because
Oh, mm,
that's the issue. Because
yeah.
the fans and the people that love the game, you know, sometimes we get that feeling in our stomach when we watch and we're like, what's going on here? Whether it's
Mm-hmm.
games being controlled seemingly through the officials, some of the calls are suspect. Some of the just to where there's more uh, confidence. I'm not saying anyone's doing anything, but so there's more confidence for the viewership and with
Well,
concern to the integrity of the game.
well,
Mm.
I do believe this with one with what has happened in the last couple years, couple of months with this coming to the forefront or the light that it could be happening. I think now what the NBA guys need to understand is the surveillance is going to be turned totally up to whatever you're doing. This is what happens when, and this is what some of these NBA guys, I think they know and understand, but maybe they don't to the degree. I remember when we had a kid that was thinking about going from high school to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the NBA had so many people here doing a background check on people that are associated with him that just to find out what quality of person and things that he was, who he associated with, how they
Mm-hmm.
were, and it was more NBA teams. It wasn't the NBA office. It was more NBA teams. But
Right.
I think that's the same thing that's going to happen with this right here. Now you're going to find they'll have people, they'll have private investigators, and when they feel that somebody is maybe turning that way, then they will have people that will be there uh, doing more background information that they need on those players. So I think, that's where I think this is going to go if it hasn't already been going that way. Because the NBA had to know when they opened up the door to have the gambling the way that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, on one hand, you're filling your pockets. On the other hand, you got to know, okay, what is the downfall to what we brought through the door? You know,
Yeah.
so that's where I think the NBA has to, that I know they've obviously the business is what it is, but they have to do their due diligence on all of this because, like you said, the ultimate thing is the game, and you
They're
don't want
they're
to
they're, they're
interrupt the
risking.
integrity of the
They're
game.
risking. There you go. They're risking the integrity of the game by
Right,
opening up those doors, allow them to do that. But let me ask you
right.
guys this. Let me ask you this. Do you guys believe that there's more players that are secretly gambling?
Well, this is the one thing that we do know is this right here. I don't know if they're gambling on themselves or the
Mm-hmm.
games and stuff, but it would be hard for me to think that there's not more because
Yes.
the
Yeah.
number one thing those guys do as soon as they get ready to get on the plane, they're gambling before they get up in the air.
Just
So,
just like everybody else. You're right.
if you're a gambler, you're a gambler,
uh,
right?
I
You
don't.
know.
I
Do
don't.
they gamble on? You think they gamble on football and other sports?
Oh, you're not supposed to, but I'm pretty sure some of them do. I'm
I
not saying that they all
They're
do.
not supposed to.
Yeah,
man,
they're
look.
not
Okay.
supposed to.
All right.
I believe this. I believe that this is just what I think. I think that the majority of the players disassociate from that because it's not a worthy risk. I think
Right.
I agree.
that I think there are
Yeah.
some situations where they can be enticed by their associates to be kind of involved, where all I got to do is just not cover tonight,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and it's not even there. I just don't think that because you know how many that's the dream of so many to wear that jersey. Yeah, we talked about
Thank you.
that.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
to to
What?
to to jeopardize that over something that is inconsequential, particularly in relationship to your contract. If you're playing in the
Right.
league,
Yeah,
you're
because it's in your contract. Yeah.
yeah, but you're making large sums of money, and I know that you know
Uh-huh.
prospects of your group making you know 100K just because you only have 19 instead of 20. I mean, maybe that happens.
It
Yeah.
ain't worth it though. It's not worth it.
It's not. No, it's not.
No.
The
Beasley
integrity.
had 40 on the table. He had 40 million
Yeah.
on the table.
It
Yeah.
still
You know.
it still should be on the table because he's been exonerated, so
Right.
Yeah.
he's cleared of that. So he's still a valuable piece. He's had a terrific
True.
season. He has you know a pedigree. I don't see what the barrier would be for him to latch on. If not, and why? What would be Detroit's motivation to not sign him because he was a valuable piece to that.
Yeah, he
Right.
fit right in with them. He hit some big
Yes,
shots for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Player
I,
yes,
during the playoffs as well.
I would
absolutely.
Yeah.
hope. What I really would hope is this right here, because we all love the game of basketball,
Hmm.
and the number one thing is you would think is, man, these dudes would be playing if there weren't even any money involved in it at all, because that's how sacred the game is. Like, you see these guys still going to the gym and playing. Like, I was watching somebody the other day on a reel, and they were out there playing, and that's how much you love the game. So you would hope that they don't put themselves in that position right there. And like you
No
said,
doubt.
especially with the type of money they're making now.
Hmm.
The thing that happens when you're making that type of money, and you know this right here, understanding how to handle your money once you have made it is the other part of this right here that gets all kind of crazy, is because some of these guys have made a lot and lost a lot,
Yeah.
and so now,
Yeah.
you know.
They can get overextended. That's the
Yes,
issue. They
yes,
get
and then happens a
overextended.
lot. It happens to probably 75% of them, you
That's
know.
crazy, man. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
yeah,
money.
so
Well, this a lot of money in sports, and I was talking to Craig earlier. Tonight he went to there was a WIAA meeting in relation to your son's eligibility, correct?
yes,
And I
yeah.
told Craig to put in a good word for me because I'm trying to reclassify and go get some. I don't know why
Get
you
some of that
guys
money.
laugh.
Get
Yeah,
some
you
of that
guys.
money, right?
I'm trying to get back in high school to see if I can get. Cause I was 17. I finished high school at 17, and so I think I should be able to get
You should
that
have
year
another
back.
year eligibility, right?
I'm s-
Well,
I'm
Yeah.
serious.
No, no, I
well,
agree.
just I mean, you know, just hearing and talking to somebody that was talking. I mean, now NIL is coming to high school,
It is.
so
That's
it is,
that's
yeah. And
Absolutely.
crazy.
they've
That's
already
crazy.
got one kid who's
Hey,
already gotten an
I,
NIL deal here in
I
Washington.
don't agree with that, man. I don't agree
Yeah,
with that.
Hey, Ocho and I are gonna reclassify for high school because you know Ocho Cinco's all over. He filthy and everything. You know he's going back.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But it is, man. You know, you just hope. You know, that's why it was so hard to hear Michael Porter say that, and that, man.
Yeah.
Wow, bro, you
Why
your
why
brothers
go
did.
there? Huh? Why go
Yeah,
there?
why?
You know?
I just
Yeah.
can't. I don't.
I
I'm not.
mean,
I wouldn't even want nobody to even think that I had that type of thought, even if I had that thought. You
yeah,
know.
he was
Well,
sharing.
in context, he was talking about his brother, how he had an addiction.
I-
His brother
Yeah,
had an
Yeah.
addiction and he couldn't help it.
his
See,
own addiction to females. I don't know. I don't know why
Yeah.
you think that's newsworthy. Why
I
got a
don't.
good PR?
Yeah,
So, but you just, you know, like we said, man, the integrity of the game is
it's
what
way
we
more
have.
important.
You
Yes.
know, you know, when it comes to, because you always want to be watching a game and being like, man, that's the way the game's supposed to be played. You know, and not be sitting in the back of your head and going, man, that looks so funky right there, man. That there's got to be something going on there, which
You,
people think it.
you know. I don't mean to start to cut you off, there. But you know what raised my antennas when I read about Donahue,
Right.
Donahue, the ref.
The referee. Yeah.
He was gambling. He was
Yeah.
gambling and throwing. That just solidifies everything we thought. How refs was throwing games and fixing games. It's all true, man. In my opinion, it's
Well,
true.
the game is made up of individuals, and you never know how it's gonna go when it's time for this show.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Integrity is the most important part, though. You got to play the game. Like I said, all of us. I know every last one of us wish we were in the league. Wish we would have made the league,
Oh,
played ball in the league.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a time where there was no way I wouldn't get into the league. I knew I was
yeah,
going to the league, but
yeah.
like I said, it just didn't happen. So I'm
Well,
shocked when these dudes get themselves in trouble, man.
well, how about we do this, man? Because we still got a chance to make some money. Like the three of us, we just go to the gym, get our little money together, put our little money on the table, and whoever get down, take down, take down.
Let me tell you something, man. I'll
What?
give you my money now. My back is so shot, man. I can't. There's nowhere in the world. I'm just gonna give you my money.
Ain't no.
Okay,
Hey,
It's not gonna
Craig,
happen.
hey,
It's
the,
not
Craig,
the
what's
happening.
up,
last
Craig?
time I had,
Craig,
the,
Craig, you gonna forfeit too? Because I can do this. Craig, you gonna
My
oh
forfeit?
back is
no, the
shot.
last time I
Yeah.
had this knee surgery, when I had that,
It was over.
that was it. I
That's a
said I'm
Okay.
wrap.
done.
Hey, both you
It's
guys
a
It's a
send
wrap.
wrap.
your both you guys
It's a
send your
wrap.
money, and we're gonna play every week.
No, no, we're
Man,
not, man.
it's a wrap.
No,
It's
we
over.
are not.
I'm
I'll
a
go out
fan
Man,
there and get
now.
some jump shots up with you, but that's about it.
hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's so funny? Even at the park down the street at Cal Anderson, you guys are just playing full outside, right? It seems like they're going so fast. I'm like, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
are they really moving like this? I'm like, man,
Yeah. Like,
they're going hard. I'm like, man. I was like, man, it's maybe I might not be able to go out there and get 25, 30 no more. I'm not sure. I'll be out there in a minute, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
where did time go, man? Time just flew by.
Oh
It's like,
man,
damn,
man.
man, time is
In your
gone.
mind, you could still do something, and you
Yeah.
know that that's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be. But once your
yeah.
body goes out there, it's like,
It's not
man,
happening. It's not happening.
yeah,
No, no,
it
sir.
ain't what it used to be, brother.
No, sir.
Why what no, I actually I mean, I don't know. It's not worth it to play out there because the thing is we've escaped major injuries. I mean,
Hmm.
I I had Achilles tear, but that's a go. And now I'm able-bodied and feel good about things. The worst thing that happened is go down because you need to go play someplace, play some basketball.
Right,
Man.
right, right.
Oh, it's just a wrap,
Now,
man.
now, I was
Man.
like I said, I was training that one thing. I mean, we were playing one on one. I'm playing one on one at 53 years old, man. Playing one on one, bro. And I could have swore he kneed me in my thigh, man. And man, I went down like man, nothing else. And I was hollering, bro.
That was
And
your
all
knee
I saw
injury?
was oh man, I had a dent in my knee. Looked like somebody
Oh,
had punched a hole in my knee. And what had happened, man, is my two tendons had separated from my knee, man.
man.
It was and that was it. That was worse. They said it was worse than an MCL, ACL. It was the worst type of injury you could have as a knee injury.
That's
Damn!
And
bad.
yeah,
That's bad.
it took me 18 months just to be able to walk okay on
Really?
both feet. 18 months where I
How
couldn't.
long ago was
That's why
that?
my hip started hurting because I was putting more pressure on that side of my body than I was being able to put it on the knee that I was rehabbing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that
bad.
that that's why I say nah, I'm good.
Well, though you can live vicariously through your kids still.
There we go.
You
Yeah.
got
Absolutely.
you got your son and you
Yeah.
got Kenzie looking
Yeah.
just like a Craig Murray out there, like those
Yeah.
pictures that you've sent. I mean, her
Yeah.
facial feature, her
Yeah.
body type. She looks,
Yeah.
She's
she
physical.
looks.
She's physical, man.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
attacks.
No, she
She
is.
attacks the body, attacks the rim.
Yeah.
Got a nice,
Yeah.
clean
No, she
jumper.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. She's
yeah.
physical, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, she's physical. She is
That's nice.
physical.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
You don't have to ask her to do that.
while we're talking about while we're talking about sports here, um, and this is off the basketball path. But I just want to say this because just out of respect, and I know that I don't condone, and I know that he did some things that warranted his circumstance, but it just hurt my heart that uh, to see Pete Rose not be able to
See, yeah, the Hall of Fame.
live to
Right.
live to live to be, because Charlie Hustle was so cold.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I know that those transgressions that happened, but my man was, if the Hall of Fame is a living quote library of your history, you,
yeah.
you're bereft without his presence, and I just wish that
Right.
he could have gotten the opportunity, because of his effort, the way he played the game.
Right.
I took most every athlete I know that ever amounted to anything took something from that era, took
Right.
something from Pete Rose. Man, we
Yeah.
I brought
Charlie Hustle, man.
I
Charlie
brought
Charlie
Hustle.
Hustle.
I brought
Yes.
Charlie Hustle to the gym.
Yeah.
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That. Yeah.
Anyway, I wanna say that.
Yeah, when you have people speak about you in that way, you know how much you impacted a
Yeah,
sport and in his game. And I say this to say I say that to say this. It is going to be really sad if Barry Bonds doesn't get in.
yeah, he's the best baseball player I've ever seen. Ken
Yeah.
Same
Griffey,
here.
but Ken Griffey's right there too, man.
Right. Right. But you know,
uh,
but like you said, you know, like we said, because of the reason why they kept Pete Rose out is so hard to have not seen him. And you know how much before he passed away, how much he wanted to be
Man,
oh
part of
yeah,
that exclusive
man,
club.
yeah,
You
man.
yeah. It
know,
hurts.
Because he's one of the greatest of all time,
right,
seriously. And
He'll
right,
get in. He'll get in eventually. But like I said, he's not here to receive the award. You know, just like Dave Parker wasn't able to receive it. It's
mm,
cold, man.
right,
It's cold.
right.
But
Yeah,
I think Bonds, I think Clemens, I think all of them get in there because, like I said, they've all earned it as far as being Hall of Famers, as far as their talent. Like I
right.
said, when we talked about the integrity. Integrity is important, but if you're a
The
Hall of Famer, you're a
talent's
Hall of Famer.
undeniable. Yeah,
It's undeniable, man. And I wouldn't mind if they put an asterisk by their names and explain why the asterisk is there. But as far as talent, come on, man, they
yeah.
deserve to be there.
Are prepared to get everything in the world gone free.
All right, Floyd, where you at, man?
really, well, just had to get to the loss of words. Just really thinking about that, because
Yeah.
that's a heartfelt circumstance, and I felt that for him. Rest in peace. Speak like, so you can't have a show about sports betting and not mention people.
Right.
It seems.
Yeah. What about Shoeless Joe Jackson? Did they get in the Hall of Fame? Remember
I don't know.
I'm not sure if they got in or not.
The 1919 guys, the
Yeah. That's a long time ago, man. And
Shoeless Joe. If I know the history of that, Shoeless Joe got caught up in that. But if you look at his performance, it was not of anyone point shaving. He was getting busy. Uh,
hmm
remember correctly, he was playing exceptionally well. But I mean, we talk about basketball. Um, there was a man. This name is just escaped my tongue. He was a circa 1960s basketball player who got uh, uh, caught up in point shaving. What's the guy? Help me out here, fellas.
Ooh, in 1960s.
In the 60s, um, it was a movie. It's a book. It was a was it a movie about the guy? A book about the guy? Man, is the name that escapes me.
They said he was point shaving.
Well, that's what he got. He got blackballed from the league from point shaving. It also happened to Roger Brown, who was uh, star. From New York City? Roger
It was
Brown.
basketball, right?
Yeah, Roger Brown and
Oh,
Connie Hawkins uh, got caught up into some of that. Uh,
hmm.
really, I cannot believe I can't remember this name of.
You got
I
Google next to you? Where's your
do.
Google?
I got Google. I got Google options. the computers here, but
It's not. It's not against it to
it's not. It seems
figure
like,
it out.
you
No.
know, we need to have our assistants in the back. You holler back there, and they look that up for you. That's how we need to
Well,
have.
hopefully that come later. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
what's
they let you know in your ear. That's such and such. Yeah.
Salinas? Salinas. Um, I got man, I can't think of his first name now, but Salinas. Uh, he had apparent mob ties, and
Oh,
Okay.
I have
yeah,
to look that one up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Same here.
look that up. There was a movie. We'll talk about that later. That was a great pull up. If there was a uh, contest, we would have fared well.
I don't think we mentioned Terry Rozier, right? I think he's still being investigated.
Is Terry
His
Rozier?
situation was in 2023. Yeah.
Oh,
I,
really?
You know,
I
I,
never heard of. You know, I
yeah,
had never heard of that till you mentioned that earlier tonight, Ed, about Terry.
yeah, you done. Yes. They say he was caught in the same federal investigation that John Tay was. So, like I said, there was like 30 bets on him, and one of the bets were at one of the casinos, and all the rest of them was at the kiosk. I just briefly read up on it
He he
because I was interested. He
he's
was the
still
first one, and I was like, Terry been in the league about 10, at least 10 years.
Yeah,
he's still
he's good.
You know,
Yeah.
he's still in Miami, right?
I don't believe Terry Rozier has played in a while, man. I don't know if he played last year
I thought
because of this
like,
investigation.
I thought he played.
We can check it out. We can see. We can check it out. But
You know
like I
what?
said, I
I didn't
just
see him at all. I didn't see him at all last year.
see what I'm saying. I think he got caught up.
Because I was
I'm
wondering
almost
about him. I
positive.
was like, what happened?
Yeah,
You know, because he was
yeah.
at Charlotte, and then
Yep. He went to Miami.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
That
played
the
for a
last
minute
time I
and he was
remember
gone.
him was at Charlotte. Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't know. It's something to investigate.
right.
When we talk about integrity, and most guys in the league, they make enough money where they don't have to do that. But like Troy said, they may be hooking somebody else up. But why would you
Yeah,
risk it?
I mean,
Why would you risk that?
I mean, because I think they risk it because it's there's certain parts that are unregulated, and there's an opportunity, and you know when there's an opportunity, people take chances. Maybe not the most intelligent decision, but people take chances. Just like I enjoy betting on the games. For when $5 can get you 500, that's fun to
Yeah,
me because
Right.
yeah,
it connects you to the games. It makes the games more interesting.
it does.
You're not losing any money. I mean, you're not losing money. I mean, for me,
Relative, yeah, you're not big money.
yeah. Well, for me, I played because I know what I'm doing. I'm only going to lose so many times in a row, and every time
Yeah,
I'm up now. So my bets are small, and so every every time we hit, my 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 opportunity to keep playing increases, and it's fun and it's interesting,
yeah,
and I have expertise at it. Doesn't feel like I said before, it doesn't feel like gambling. I don't like gambling on it's not fun to me to he's going unless I'm with my friends and we're the fight night and you
Right.
put the money in the hat and you pick rounds, that kind of gambling, that's social, that's fun. But to be sitting up and gambling on games on like on fights or baseball or all those things where I don't really know, I'm just taking a chance. I mean, it's always
mm-hmm.
a chance, but I don't have expertise. And sometimes, you know, you can have too much expertise and you're overthinking things and the different
Right.
things and whatnot. But when it's only $5 or maybe $10 bets, and you know, or if you win a pot of 500 or 600 or $700, and then you say, okay, well, I'm gonna bet a small parlay and bet $50 because it's just house money.
Yeah,
That that's one thing, but it does connect you and make you sensitive to
Right.
all the things happening throughout the league. So that's why I think it's important for the league to move forward and to stay on top of the
Oh,
surveillance of the game, of the gambling
yes.
aspect of the game.
Without a doubt.
well, I'm
Without a
sure they
doubt, they
will,
have
man.
got to
I'm
do
sure they
that.
will. Yeah,
Oh,
they
without a doubt.
sharp.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna
You
way
don't.
on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't run a
even
multi-billion dollar
for
business
them,
unless you know. Yeah.
yeah, billion. even for them to bring up Malik Beasley and Rozier and all them, they own it, man. They definitely own
Yeah,
it.
definitely, definitely.
So
Yeah, and
Well, that
I just hope we never ever have to have a conversation on here where we have to talk about some of these players in that manner, because you know
yeah,
what? They all remind me of me trying to get to a place like that right there, and you just
yeah,
hope that they take advantage and not make it a disadvantage because of what they're doing. You know,
you know,
so,
this is
so
the
true.
that's
this is the most important time of their life, and you'd hate to see them jeopardize the opportunity. And this is one of the more important times of this broadcast. This is our time to, thank whoever took the time out to uh, sit with us and chat with us in their own brain as we broach topics of interest. And we do this to, like we say, to help fans, players, and coaches become more intellectual inside the game and in association to the game. As
Hmm.
always, we appreciate. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please leave a comment if you would, like, share. We enjoy this, and we hope you ultimately enjoy us.
That's right.
yeah.
See you
Hey
next
man,
week.
like I say, man, I appreciate being with you brothers. Love you.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
You, man.
See
Let's
you
get it.
next week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.